Hello, everybody. My name's the Panda King, and welcome to Paganism for Dumbshits with my cohort.
Cohort?
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Cohort. That's all I'm going to refer to you as for the rest of this series. Cohort.
Okay.
With my resident cohort and not an expert on paganism.
Hi, I'm Lucy. What's good?
I was expecting you to pull out the What's Gucci.
Hey, What's Good is here, back with another Minecraft Let's Play. I probably totally peaked on you.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, so just an introductory.
Yeah, just kind of loosely touch on a bunch of just different small, big things about paganism. Just pretty much whatever you think a baby pagan needs to know.
Well, I'm just gonna go more into just kind of like what paganism is because there's a lot of kind of confusion. It's like, oh, is paganism different from like being a Wiccan and like what really is it? And because it's confusing. So like looking back at what pagan really means, the word pagan was created by like early Christians, and it was used as a label. It was kind of like, hey, you're not Christian, so you must be this absolute heathen motherfucker. And
they're savages.
Yeah, exactly. And
not even Christian.
And so paganism, it was just kind of a dirty name, and it was just a derogatory word for like polytheism. And I mean, literally, like paganism, it was connotated to just the religion of peasantry. Like it was
right.
Like early pagans did not call themselves pagans. It was almost like, this is a little bit of a like denomination, I guess, but it's kind of like how like some very close-minded heterosexuals call like gay people the F word.
Right. But now a lot of gay people call themselves
exactly
that.
And the exact same happened.
Or like with black people, the N word. Now it's just what they call each other.
Exactly. And it's just being able to take power in that word is kind of what like paganism, like the reason why it's still called paganism.
Just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so what of it, pretty much.
Commanding stance.
Modern paganism, it like expresses this worldview that it's mainly like pantheistic, polytheistic, like I should probably define. Pantheistic, it's like when a person sees everything and everyone as God or pieces of God. Okay. So, like, if I were pantheistic, I would believe that you are a part of, like, God and the universe. I would believe that the fibers made to make this couch are, like, godly.
Like when you look at Facebook and you see those posts that say, everywhere you look, you see God.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then polytheistic, it's sort of like, but it just means that there's more than one God that you believe in. So, like, think of, like, Greek mythology.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a pantheon of gods.
Yeah.
And then animistic, like that means like there are specific places and objects that are spiritual or godly, and it's okay. Like you know how in Pocahontas, how it's like they're singing and they're singing about like no, not the savages part, but the
even human.
But like it's like the rocks and the trees are alive and that sort of thing. It's like you believe that everything is alive in its own way, and like the aliveness, I guess, kind of pools in different places. So think like Japanese temples. Like those are sacred. Those are sacred ground.
Right.
So it's like that, and that like very few are monotheistic, like Christianity. Like it's
most religions are, there's a bunch of gods all responsible for different things.
Exactly. There's like dualism, which is there's two gods.
Which just makes sense to me, having more gods, because
I feel like putting that all in one is a little much.
It's like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Having one guy be responsible for everything, that's a hard sell for me, Chief.
Exactly. And paganism, it's just like it's so diverse. Paganism is not really a religion in itself. Paganism, the word, it's not a religion in itself.
It's an insult.
And shut up. You know what I mean. But it's like it's a movement, more or less, of new religions that are like being like followed, I guess. Because paganism, like all the different diverse religions with under paganism, don't all follow the same rules, the same scripture. They don't follow that.
Like how
thing.
you were saying earlier to me that all Catholics are Christians, all Mormons are Christians, and it's just an umbrella term.
Yeah, exactly.
Pagan is just more wide.
Yeah.
Wider of an umbrella.
Yes. The only like thing, like the only like division really within paganism is that there's reconstructive, there's reconstructive paganism, and there's eclectic paganism. And constructive paganism is like they romanticize the past and they want to bring back old traditions that were from the past.
They're old school pagan.
Yes, like they aren't afraid to dance around a fire naked, sort of thing. And eclectic, like eclectic pagans, they like idealize the future. They want to blend traditions in now. So it'd be kind of like, okay, for me, I celebrate Yule instead of Christmas, but I still celebrate Yule on the 25th. Rather than celebrating it on the 20th, rather than on the 22nd.
You merge old and new school stuff.
Exactly.
Like the blacksmiths who'll use old school techniques while still using a fucking electric power hammer.
Exactly. Because there's a, well, I am an eclectic pagan, and in my eyes, I feel like there's a way that you can celebrate the progress that we've made now, and also think back on those old traditions and still appreciate like the progress that we've made.
Right.
And like,
respecting your elders, but the future is now, old man.
Yeah, exactly. Like on like the reconstructionalist side, there's like Remuva, there's heathenry, there's Hellenism. Like those are almost specific to reconstructionist like pagans. And then on the eclectic side, there's Wicca, there's Thelema, there's Adonism, there's Druidry, there's so many. There's the goddess movement. There's like the radical fairies. Like there are so many on the eclectic side that I actually know of, and well,
which just means that there's a lot more that you fucking don't.
Yeah, and like just because like let's say you're Wiccan, that doesn't mean that you aren't a reconstructionalist. It's just kind of it's kind of like how a Republican still can lean like can still vote for like Democratic.
Someone can be right side minded but still have morals that would be considered left sided.
Precisely.
Like how you can still consider yourself like a Christian and be mostly Mormon, but say, fuck it, I don't want to do that part of Mormonism. I want to do this part instead.
Exactly. Like, trying to think. Like, not eating pork on Fridays. Like, that's almost specifically, I think it's pork. Yeah, pork on Fridays.
Probably.
That's a, like, specifically Catholic thing. And, if you're a Mormon and decide, hey, I want to do that, I don't really know Mormon faith. They might already do that, but you get what I mean. Like, you want to do that. That doesn't mean that you're not a Mormon. It just means you're, taking in another faith and just thinking of it, like, just adding up.
It's modified Mormon.
Yeah, exactly. You can modify really anything that you want within the pagan religion, and it's so much more free flowing, and just I feel like I can not do whatever I want, but like be able to be more celebratory in the way that I practice compared to like Christianity and compared to like other stricter religions. Right. But that's my own thing. I'm not saying that, oh, you're a bad person if you believe in Christianity. I just believe that like for myself, for my own personal being, I am so much more free to celebrate who I am and all that, like who I am as a person through me being an eclectic pagan.
All right.
Like My brain just stopped.
Do you still know your ABCs?
No, I do not know my ABCs. Let me just say though, paganism is not like blood sacrifices. Like, I'm sure there's some pagans who believe in that, but like, it's not really like a well accepted thing within the pagan community. Because a lot of just being pagan in general is being like, it's learning about other people's religions. That's like a huge part of being pagan.
Because the blood sacrifice shit, that's, you were saying that's like, that would be like black magic.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's like a whole other like deep dive into things. Like there's white magic and there's black magic, and it's there are so many different places you can go with it. In my eyes, I believe like as above, so below. I believe in like do as you will as long as it hurt none, and it's like those are like very huge things like that are a part of being pagan, but there's just a lot that you can also see from a different perspective. It may hurt somebody else, but they were trying to hurt me first, sort of things. And I've never really looked at it that way. I'm a very strong believer that you should not try to mess with black magic, but yeah, white magic is specifically what I try to practice within my own modern way. So, and there's this amazing YouTuber who I watch like every time she puts out a video, or they put out a video. I actually don't know their gender pronouns, but like they put out videos all the time that are like how to bring in modern magic into like now.
Into your, yeah.
And like there's a lot of simple things that you don't really think about that you can kind of magically like bring into your life.
What substitutions can you use that would still have the same effect?
Well, not even that. Like stirring your coffee clockwise in the morning, that brings in good omens. Like if you want to banish something, stir it counterclockwise.
The small little things that,
yeah,
that you don't even really have to think about what you're doing in order to do it.
Because I mean, like if you think about it, getting a cup of coffee in the morning, I mean that's a ritual in its own. You get your coffee cup, you set up your coffee, you put in the right amount of creamer, you know exactly what you like, and it's a ritual of its own. And so making it spiritual in its own way is something that I've really tried to embrace in my own practices.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and the next one that we're going to plan on trying to do is going into going more in depth with the differences between pagan and Wiccan and covens and pretty much anything that you could consider like some of the underlying branches of the pagan tree.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have any questions, let me know and we'll try to answer them.
Try.
If she or I do not know the answer, we'll at least do our best to research and give you some kind of answer. Maybe. No promises.
And keep in mind, I am a baby witch. Like I've
only a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years. I'm not an expert in any sense of the word. So.
Yeah. So, let us know any questions, and we'll see all you guys in the next Dumbshits.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.
And that is why Christmas is actually a pagan holiday.
You know what would be fun? If we made a YouTube video out of this. You could talk about paganism and I could throw some stupid edits over it and help make people more understanding, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not exactly an expert, and I don't know if your viewers will be interested. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll do it.